If you are a company CEO, what is my vision for making this company X in this year? How much customer base should increase? What should be my top line? Why should be my bottom line? Why should be my value addition to my shares? How much Sensex should go through and upgrade my shareholding? Value to shareholders. Are you with me? Yes or no? Is it too simple? If it is too simple, I can make it complex. So depending upon what you feel, I can adjust. Very important. Shared vision, goal clarity. We don't spend time in sharing the vision. Why do we not share vision? There are many reasons why we don't share. A couple of the reasons, I will mention that to you. One vision or one reason why we don't share, because that sharing is my private agenda. How can I share my private agenda? Let the latecomers settle down. They are making noises, they can settle down. This is what happens when people disturb the others. I like to congratulate them for doing this job rightly, of disturbing. So one of the reasons of not sharing is private agenda. Private agenda is not to be shared. The financial crisis of 2008, the mortgage, not doing due diligence, making everybody to take the loan, resulted into crisis, because it was a private agenda to get the bonus, to get money for myself by selling more mortgages. That's it. You diluted quality. Sharing is maximum if you are open. If you believe in what you believe. This is what I do. So that's one of the major bottleneck in shared vision. Great leaders have less private agenda, more public agenda. Public agenda can be shared. Private agenda should be privatized. Ratio is important. When the ratio becomes infinite between the public agenda and the private agenda, you attain moksha. You attain salvation. You attain nirvana. When Jain Munis, Mahavira, became enlightened, it was not a compulsory thing for any Jain Muni to have no clothes, Digambar Muni. The clothes fell off automatically. Mahavira, I'm not a Mahavira, but I'm analyzing, and I'm not even 1/1000th of what he is. I don't know him. So when the public agenda is the sharing things, then the private agenda disappears. Private agenda becomes zero. Public divided by private agenda, the ratio becomes infinite. None of us are in this game. And none of us will be in this game of nirvana till the end of our life. Somebody may have 99 and one private agenda. Very good number. Very good ratio, 99. 99 divided by 1. Somebody may have 98 by 2. 98 and 100 minus 98 is private. 2. Ratio is 49. Some may have 90 to 10. Ratio is 9. Somebody may have 50-50. Ratio is 1. Somebody says so many things but does not believe. He wants to get temporary votes or benefits. He shares a lot of dreams. He doesn't mean it. Many times politicians do that. The ratio could be 40 what they show and say and 60 what they do. Ratio is less than 1. On this small, you see here on the right hand side, these are aligned perfectly. Everybody shares the same thing. That is the beauty of risk management. What can go wrong? That is the beauty of shared vision. What vision we have? The personal agenda disappears. Sharing agenda becomes common. Among the students, you have personal agenda also. Students, some personal agenda is okay because you are students. You don't think you have to share that thing with you. But when it comes to knowledge, sharing economics, working together, I think you should be able to multiply your knowledge by sharing. Are you with me? So shared vision, goal clarity. The more you have shared vision, more you will be aligned. How the arrows are aligned. Project leadership. We have talked about project leadership this morning. Leadership, working together, understanding, listening. Third is commitment and cohesion among stakeholders. Commitment and cohesion. In the industry, the contractors, the consultants, the customers, C3, they should be integrated. If customers are treating contractors as schedule something, yet people, I don't want to smile with them, they are contractors. Because people will think that I am so close to the contractor. They will misunderstand that I may be making 10% commission. This is all wrong. This is all wrong. Because contractor working with you is working for you for the same cause of creating assets, creating projects. You are traveling in the same direction as customer. You are traveling in the same boat in the ocean. Direction is the same, boat is the same, then why fight? Why should we not understand each other? Why should we not be appreciative? So there are various issues related to customers and contractors. This is not the forum where I will deal. We have introduced this concept in 1999. Commitment, cohesion among the stakeholders. Consultants, customers, contractors. Treat contractors well. What I call relationship management. You build relationship off, and the relationship can be built only if you trust me. Do you build relationship if you don't trust me? What is necessary for you to build relationship? Is trust you. Do a girl trust a boy traveling in the midnight without misbehaving? Trust. Do you have trust for your safety, for the society in which you live? Can you walk alone in the night in Delhi or elsewhere? Well, there are 1,000 people who are not trustworthy. They destroy your trust. Therefore, you have to be careful. So the trust is very basic ingredient to do relationship management. Relationship is not the way what we understand. That is not a relationship. Relationship is professional relationship I am talking to. We must respect contractors. This is very, very important. And the last one is budget and cost forecasting and forecasting management reserves. What if risk management tells you if something can go wrong, what if we do, what would be its implication, what is a risk, if the food is not right, how will I do, what will I do, how much money. So these are the 4 parameters through which risk management aligns shareholders, stakeholders. This is a very important part of what can go wrong. One of the characteristics of project mindset or project thinking, I introduced this word mindset way back in 1999 while doing a program in Stockholm. The project mindset looks at holistic view, whole view, everything whole. Whole, holistic view. And one project is a part of the whole. Everything is interconnected. So you have to see the whole. When you see the whole, then you see their interconnections. Operational mindset, quickly, that looks at only this. If you're too hungry, you may not see so many dishes on the serving table. You're hungry. Papad le liya, roti, dal, something, duk, khana shuru kar diya. Palt. If you see the other things, you may have different view, how much salad you can take. You should first examine what is available, then start taking up according to your taste. Your plate will be different when you see the whole and then try individually what you like. Then you don't see the whole, whatever comes you start eating. You can apply this theory anywhere, in any life. Look at the whole. Look at the total picture. And the total picture what you see will be different than the total picture somebody else will see, because you are traveling in a different vertical Mountain Everest height. You yourself with less experience in the real world will see whole differently than some of us who have gone through 4 decades of experience. Even some people who have gone through 4 decades of experience may not see whole because they never wanted to see the whole. So age is not a criteria. They could be 70, 80, they still have remain clerks in the sense of only small viewpoint. Lord Buddha wanted to see the whole. Because he wanted to see the whole, everything he did is towards that whole. He didn't just want to be a prince. He wanted to find out what are the causes of dukh. How do we get miseries? He came to the conclusion that miseries, dukkha, is the source. There has to be a cause and solution to that. This is a very important point of view which I can share with you youngsters. Because tomorrow, day after, when you go into the industry life, these things subconsciously should bell ring in you. Look at the whole, don't look at the part. Whole first, part later. 2 of you are still talking to each other, to create anusashan, to to create discipline. Try hard, step by step. You will achieve it. It's not possible overnight. It's not possible now. But you have to try. Let it take 1 year or 2 years to try something which is good. It should not come so fast. Some of you have tendency to share something, talk. Listen to this thing. This is meant for you. It is not a burden on you. If you feel it is a burden, you should leave this place. No problem. No burden at all. We are sharing ideas together. It's not necessary that everybody should. Not necessary. Project thinking, dynamic adaptability. You should be able to change. Dynamic adaptability does not mean that you're dynamic in your value system. No. Value systems are static. I want to discuss now with you. We have time now. Don't worry about it. Value systems are not dynamic. Why? I want 4 answers from you. Why value systems are not dynamic, which you see here as dynamic adaptability. Value systems should not be adapted. आप बोलिए, so that we can capture, it is being recorded. Kindly take this and speak.
They are nurtured right from the childhood.
सुनो, इसको देखिएगा कि इसका रिकॉर्डिंग करवाइए. नहीं, वॉइस की रिकॉर्डिंग. हाँ बोलिए.
They are nurtured right from the childhood, sir. We take it right from our school days, into your college, and our surroundings, our friends. Lot of things influence our value system. That's how it is.
The value systems are nurtured from the beginning. That's not the reason why they should not change. If the value system which is nurtured from the beginning, which is not sustainable, should change. What is that value system we talk about? I'll talk about it later, but I want to collect some inputs from you. Good point. Let us applause for him, because everybody, this way we will do some exercise also. Anybody else? I want 3 responses from you. You have to speak, I say.
Sir, I think that value system is not adaptable to the dynamic situations, because these are the basic principles which we are following in our life, and basing on this we can act according to the situations, but we should not change the values as in regard.
And what do you mean by value system?
Sir, I think it's the basic ethics, sir, which we learn from our family or in an organization, the culture which is being
A
carried
criminal
out.
family will teach you criminal value system.
Sir, that can be a negative or positive. That doesn't mean that it
Family
is not a value.
Family teaching you is not